Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm here today.
Yes. All right, talk to me.
Okay, so we're gonna go there. We're gonna
Okay, let's go there.
go the where I do not like going.
Go, Superwoman.
Because I'm over it. Like I'm over hiding or avoiding. Avoiding is a better word. Running. Duck. I feel like sometimes I'm ducking and dodging. Like I'm not answering that phone call. I do not have the energy to deal with that. I'm not doing that. Or I want to. So I told you that there were some in text messages that there were some things that I needed to address with my esposa, and I have a hard time having conversations with him about it, and I'm trying to figure out the why behind it. What am I afraid of? And so as I was talking to my best friend, um, my sister, we really got into it, and I don't know what I'm afraid of. I don't know if I'm afraid of because I get angry, right? So I had a conversation yesterday and I finally spoke up and said, when you say that, I hear blah, blah, blah. Like I said that to him, which spiraled into a day of silent treatment. So I think the silent treatment, ooh, that might be where it's at, the silent treatment that I don't like. Um, I saw somewhere, I think it might have been good old Mel talking about how silent treatment can be more lethal than physical abuse
What does it feel like?
psychologically. Horrible. So I don't know if I've ever told you this, but the last couple of years I lived with my adopted family. Um, I was locked out of things. The telephone was locked in a room. My siblings would get in trouble for speaking to me. They would speak around me while I'm in the room, but not see me or hear me. Like completely ignored. Okay. And that was very traumatic for me. And I don't think I've ever really even addressed it, but that's probably where, when I'm having a discussion or something that I need to address and I get ignored, it just sends me down like a dark rabbit hole.
What happens?
I feel sad. I feel angry. I feel sometimes I feel incompetent. Like I'm stupid or something. I know that that's not true. I'm a very smart person, but that is the feelings that I get.
Okay,
And it
let's stay
takes
here for
me
a
back to
second.
that.
Okay, let's stay here for a second. So, would that go with the silent treatment also?
Yes.
Same
And I want
thing.
to punch you in the face when you ignore
Okay,
me like that.
Okay, this is beautiful. Okay, silent treatment. You don't like it, feels like you're ignored. So it's the same thing when you say something and somebody doesn't respond the way that you want them to. You feel ignored, sad, angry, incompetent, stupid. Great awareness. Let's feel this out for a second. The little girl that feels ignored, um, can you see her?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can you love her?
Mm-hmm. I do love her.
See if you just look at her, feel ignored.
I
Come on.
don't want her to feel ignored.
Is
I don't
that
like it.
why can't she feel ignored? Hang on. Let's
I
go here.
don't want her to be ignored
Why?
because it
Why?
doesn't feel good.
But wait, what's wrong with being ignored? What does it feel good about being ignored?
I feel unworthy, unseen, unheard, not loved, right? If you love someone, you're not going to ignore them.
Okay, so the little girl feels unworthy, unseen, and unheard and not loved when she's ignored by others.
Hmm.
Does she need to be worthy? Does she need to find her worthiness through other people? Does she need to be seen or heard by other people or loved by other people?
No, but
Okay.
the conversation stops
Yep. Yep.
because I go into shutdown protective mode.
Is that okay?
No, it's not
Why?
serving me because I'm just bottling up what I'm feeling and not discussing the issue.
Okay,
Because
okay, I love this. This is separate. The reason the conversation stops and then you like shut down is because you're needing these feelings to come from somebody else, right? The conversation stopping is not a bad thing. It's what you think afterwards. It's the shutting down of it. Okay, so let's look at this. If the conversation stops, that makes sense. The little girl's not being heard, seen, or feeling loved. She feels unworthy in this space with these other people. This is where I would ask the why. Why do I need it from these people?
Right.
I don't need it from these people.
I'm stuck here. This is
Right,
where I'm stuck at.
right. This is perfect. Okay, so the conversation stops. First of all, if you take that conversation stopping as a source of power instead of as a source of victim, you're going to see something here. The conversation stops because the big girl is now wanting to protect the little girl
Hmm.
because she's not feeling seen or heard, right?
Right.
So, what we need to do is stop and see her, feel her, give her worthiness, give her love. The reason she's stopping is she's having a reaction to the outside environment that isn't the source of power. It's a false sense of need, right?
Right.
That's a default system. That's normal. It's common. She's not feeling loved. So you can pull away and just say, okay, wait, I'm going to see you. I'm going to hear you. I'm going to love you. Do you know why you're being reactive?
My biology.
Yes, because you're not taking the time to breathe through these emotions. You're wanting to fix the story too quick.
Yeah, and then I want to go away. Like, just leave me alone.
Yep. Well, that's your reaction and protective mechanism. There's nothing wrong with a protective mechanism. It serves you. It serves you until it doesn't. When you're ready to let go, then that'll be the time. You just seeing it is a step. You don't have to push it any faster. But what you can do is just feel this out. Let me just spend some time with myself and just breathe through these emotions. Can I look at this feeling of unworthiness, being unheard, unseen, and not loved? And can I give that little girl the love? Can I be the love for you? It's talking to your little girl right there. But see, here's the thing, the reaction is your default system still wanting it from an outside source. The
Hmm.
transformation, the opportunity here is life is bringing this to you to say, are you ready to be your own source of love?
Right.
So it's bringing you the trigger to sit with it before you respond.
What if the intent on his part is to hurt me and ignore me?
If the intent is to hurt you, then you will be able to respond accordingly, dependent on the amount of love you have. You don't want to fight insecurity with insecurity.
Hmm.
You want to fight insecurity with love
Hmm.
for your benefit. When you give yourself your own love, it doesn't mean you're going to go in a situation that's not that healthy for you, the healthiest or highest or best for you, and just become a doormat. What it does mean is when you enter back into the situation, you'll have more clarity. You might have compassion, you have love, but you'll have authenticity and truth for what you need to do. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
Okay,
Because
so
it's not just with him. There are other relationships, right? That it's the same thing. When I get any of those feelings, any of the reactivity from the other person towards me that sends me into retreat mode, that's what I'm doing. And then I'm like more speechless. I'm like, I don't even know what to say. So I want to be in a position where I'm not taking responsibility for their reactions, but allowing myself to heal in those moments.
oh my
Where
God.
right now I feel like I'm still reactive.
I love that awareness. That is so beautiful. That's great. You can want that. So, how would you give that to yourself? Where does that begin?
In those moments when I see it coming, because normally I see it coming, meditating on it and breathing through it and why are you feeling this way? Because sometimes it's false, right? Sometimes what's coming at me isn't what is really coming at me, but my reaction is as if it is.
Why do you think that you need to project or preemptively think what the other person is going to do?
I think that's just part of the trauma response, having those defense mechanisms up.
Yeah.
It's taken me 46 years to get here. it's, it's not
Perfect.
going to take a moment to get out of it. So just being mindful and paying attention to those moments and trying to recognize when they're in front of me so that I can address them.
Okay, that's beautiful. Beautiful. Let me ask you this. When you do that, when you're preemptively projecting,
Hmm.
how was it serving you?
Protection.
How? From what? Tell me more.
Being hurt by people or not being seen, not being heard by people,
Okay. And what?
or how arrogant of me to assume that that's what they were doing. Like being self conscious and aware that they didn't do that. I did that. I created that.
Yeah, you created that, but there was a reason you were doing it,
Right.
which was
To protect myself.
from what?
Pain, hurt, rejection.
Okay, this is good. Okay, so this is what we need to see. We see the little girl. See, she needs to be seen. She doesn't need you to fix her. She needs you to accept her and
Hmm.
accept why she was doing what she was doing and then ask her if she wants to keep doing it. When you see that coming and you see your trigger response, can you just breathe through it, accept what's happening, and look at the little girl inside of you and say, "Oh, I see her. I see her wanting to protect herself from what might happen." See, she needs to trust you.
Hmm.
She needs to trust you for the rejection. Doesn't matter to her if she gets rejected by other people. It matters to her if you reject her. She needs to know that they can reject her and you'll be okay with her. How do you feel about
Hmm.
that?
I know that when I do have those moments of clarity, um, I have a lot more peace in those scenarios. Like I have more peace. That's a good word. I don't have so much turmoil. Whereas when I'm fighting it or showing up in protective mode, it's a very chaotic situation.
Yeah.
And the energy is very like a jumping jelly bean.
The fact that you even see it is perfect. You're a gift to the world. It's okay to want more, but that little girl with you, with Justin, with your coworkers, with the things you're accomplishing out there, with your family, with your daughter, with all of it, it's got to be acceptance. A lot of times when we are shifting and we see things, sometimes we have to look at relationships and circumstances and see if they're serving us anymore. And a lot of times we want to just keep fixing ourselves in order to just keep accepting the other thing, when many times it's we're changing and that might actually change the relationship, whether
Hmm.
it's work or a family relationship or, an intimate relationship, um, or money relationship. It could be anything. That many times in the spiritual realm, people try really hard to make themselves more loving to a situation so they don't have to make a choice in the situation that they're scared to make.
Hmm.
How do you feel about that?
Like you were in my head 2 days ago.
I know that's weird. I know it's weird. That just came to my head, right? And
Yeah.
that's hard. That's all of us. That's all of us. But here's the thing, all you have to do is breathe through it. You never ever have to make a decision until you're ready. The mirror will keep showing itself to you. And you just keep loving the girl in the mirror. And if she feels like she wants to try to keep changing the situation, then she can keep doing that. She can keep doing that. You're going to see her just keep doing that. And it might serve, it might do something different. You never know. You
Right.
can't do this wrong. You absolutely can't do it wrong. So if she has to make a different shift, then it'll come at the right time. She doesn't have to make it any sooner than she wants to.
Right.
What do you think of that? Yeah.
I don't even know why I'm crying. Um, because there's a lot going on, right, in my life right now. A lot of different things on completely different, planes. There's just a lot going on. And sometimes I'm like, "Why am I still doing this? Like, what's the point?" So, yeah,
That's beautiful.
yeah. But I wouldn't be settled if I didn't. I would be very restless. I know that when I personally have to execute a decision, especially anything major, I normally have an overwhelming sense of peace right before that. Like, I know that this is the direction I'm supposed to be in.
Oh, I love that.
It's just all the frazzle in the middle, right? It's the getting there.
It's turbulence. It's the
Mhm.
turbulence to the transformation, is what I call it. Remember how I've said you have to have a death before a resurrection?
Absolutely.
It's
Yeah.
the dying. It's the dying of those dependencies that we had. And that dying part is the unknown. We don't know what's on the other side. But you
Right.
have proof. You have proof from the past that there is a resurrection. And the resurrection, which is the freedom, which we just talked about last week, it's addictive.
Mhm.
But some things are really hard to let go of.
Mhm. And sometimes this journey is very lonely,
Yes.
you know, um, especially when the people that you care about the most, that you love the most, and you just want the same thing for them
Yes.
because you see it, but you can't. That's not my role in that is to show up and keep working on me, and then hopefully that brings enlightenment to somebody else.
That's so beautiful.
But I've learned that it's not my job to get anybody else there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where before, I think I took a lot of responsibility in that.
You did.
Yeah,
I saw that. And that was something that you were trying to set yourself free from.
right.
And you've been setting yourself free from.
Yeah.
And now this is what it looks like. It's part of a letting go.
And I am not the same person
Yeah.
I was 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, or even a year ago.
Yeah.
And that's where I mean, like, it can be, when you get people into coaching, they think, oh, or any kind of therapy, oh, I'm going to go and address these items, right? But I feel like with the coaching, it's transformative. It's not, let's address being traumatized as a child or being, or whatever it is that is your wall or your barrier. But it can be very lonely, a
Yes.
lonely place
Yes.
because nobody's doing it with you because it's all your work.
Yes. That's such a great way to describe it. I'll tell you from my experience, um, the loneliness is just the gap in between from one place to another. It's wanting to, like, holding on to these attachments,
Hmm.
right? Because we haven't found our own love.
Right.
When we start to find our own love and we start to nurture that, we find these little bouts of loneliness get nurtured in that self-love. So it's that relationship, right? It's this intimacy that starts to build between you and life. There's great reward with other people, I'm finding,
Hmm.
but the substance is you. The substance is you in life. And what you'll find is you have enough evidence to show you that love always comes and fills it back up. And when you're high on that freedom, you want to share it with everyone.
Right.
And it sets you free to keep loving and giving more. And you asked for this. So let me just tell you, this shit that you're getting into, you asked for it.
I know.
However long ago when we coached, I remember the very first session. I want to unconditionally love people. I want to love them without needing anything from them.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where you're going. Now, you're doing
Witness
great.
that.
You're doing
Thank
great.
you.
Keep going. I love you.